Breaking news. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
I see it.
Yeah. I don't.
There you go, Nick.
No. No.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
Shout to Justin Rowland. He did have this today,
Yeah.
but he didn't even know. I think if it was going to be OC. Matt Zenitz is reporting that ex LSU offensive coordinator Joe Sloan is the new offensive coordinator at the University of Kentucky. So Justin Burke will be on the staff, but it looks like he's going to be kind of the number two in that offensive room. And Florida just made Brad White official as well, Nick.
So in the Zenith's tweet, it is talking about 2024 second ranked passing offense. He helped Jaden Daniels win the Heisman. Did they mention what happened in 2025?
The thing was a disaster at LSU. Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know who to blame, but a lot of LSU fans blamed him for everything. And basically, the way Brian Kelly got fired is people like, from my understanding, like it is they told him you've got to fire Joe Sloan, and he said he wouldn't do it, so they fired Brian Kelly. So
That is correct.
yeah,
Now Sloan was there when they got Jaden Daniels. I believe he was part of the Jaden Daniels kind of recruitment thing. I have to go back and kind of do some digging. Now, what happened really? What happened? Like the failure of LSU was basically Mike Denbrock left.
yeah,
Who's now the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame. And it's not a coincidence. Notre Dame went from good to Marcus Freeman to kick ass with Marcus Freeman once Denbrock got there. And there's a reason Luke Fickell was kicking ass at Cincinnati and it stopped at Wisconsin. Mike Denbrock was at Cincinnati.
yeah.
So he's kind of the straw that stirs the drink at some of these places. So yeah, Sloan took over. It
Didn't
was
go well.
good last year, and it
Yeah.
wasn't good last year. So my antenna immediately goes to Garrett Nussmeier.
Does the Nussmeier just stink?
No, like is Kentucky going to be in play for him potentially?
He's not done.
No, I believe he's got another year. He hasn't announced his intentions yet.
How is he not done? He's been in college for 100 years. Let's look up real quick.
I believe he was a true freshman in 21, so I think he's got one more year left.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, yeah, if he was true freshman in 21, yeah, he's done.
He's a fifth-year senior. Did he get hurt at all? Okay. I thought there was a chance he could come back. So, yeah, it doesn't look like, unless he got hurt one of these years and he played the whole season. So, yeah, maybe he's done. So, throw that off the window then. But I thought he had another year.
He didn't have 2,000 passing yards this year?
God, he didn't play the last 3 games.
I know. That offense was just atrocious. Couldn't run the ball.
It was bad. They the last 2 years they really couldn't run the ball at all with Kelly. In the last couple years, it was pretty bad. They 106.2 yards per game on 3.6 yards per rush this year, 116.4 yards per game on 4.06 yards per rush. Yeah, it just wasn't really good. They outside of Daniels, they never had a running back run for over only one reached 700 yards in 4 seasons while Sloan was on staff.
Not a deal.
And again, how I'm going to look at it, you can look at it however you want. Well,
yeah,
with the offensive coordinator. This is Stein's offense, so you do have to trust him with the offense. So we'll see. It is interesting though. If he brings in Sloan and Burke, it's 2 guys who are play callers who are going here to maybe not to kind of be
under a play caller, yeah,
micromanaged for lack of a better word, because Stein's going to be heavily involved in all of that.
Well, it's interesting. I think it's also fascinating that Kentucky has essentially traded Joe Sloan for Eric Wolford, which
we had a little coach trade. I didn't think about that.
It's like Wolf was the most hated coach on the staff for many Kentucky fans, and I think Sloan was probably that for a lot of LSU fans this year. But admittedly, it was just in a vacuum from this disastrous 2025 season. So I might be judging a little bit too harshly. It's mostly because I thought LSU was going to be awesome this year, and the offense sucked. It was terrible. They never figured it out. Couldn't get anything going. So hopefully Sloan gets it going here. He's gonna be the guy.
Yeah. I would just say, I mean, before he was at LSU, he was an OC at Louisiana Tech. They didn't have a winning season. Like, there's going to be a lot of skepticism about this.
Yeah.
This hire.
Yep. But if you read the tea leaves, like it feels like LD Washington is probably going to hang around. I don't know about Derek Shea, but maybe they were at the presser yesterday. Louisiana and Texas will be a popular recruiting place for this Kentucky football program. I know Stein said we're going to start here, and Vince had to tweet about it, but Louisiana and Texas, that's where a lot of their ties are currently. So something to consider. Hey, let's hit some questions real quick. I say real quick. I mean, it feels like we just started and it's been almost an hour. Nick Calzada, Will Wolford was getting this surgery, listening and watching while having surgery, which is kind of wild. I like Me Too, which I just realized that Me Too is Me Too. So that's a little awkward. Based on what we know about the team, what would your retention strategy be? Who would be your top priorities to keep? And what positions would you spend the most on? Offensively, I would prioritize.
They don't have a choice. They got to go buy 2 tackles.
Yeah. And I would say keeping DJ Miller, Cam Miller, Willie Rodriguez, Cutter Boley. It feels like a
Jalen Farmer. They got to keep Jalen Farmer.
Oh, yeah. And got to keep Jalen Farmer. Yeah.
That's all on offense. Nick, can we talk about the Wolford era?
Yeah.
Pros. Like, I think he did a good job in the portal last year.
Yeah.
Building that. He got on Farmer, who might be one of the best guards if they keep him in the country this coming up year.
He
Cons.
Did a great job in 21 too. Like, that was a great season.
Yeah. Cons. He's supposed to fix high school recruiting and didn't. Like, the same problems are still the same problems. So
yep.
In our next couple conversations with Stein, I'm looking forward to kind of like peeling the layers of that onion back and trying to find out like how they're going to go about fixing this. Because yes, they took a step in the right direction, but that is still an issue for them right now. That's going to have to get fixed with a more, I think, sustainable plan and execution of a plan than what we've seen really from Kentucky in the last 5 years.
Yeah, because you look up and I believe somebody said that Stenberg was very vocal in the pregame show about the backups weren't ready to take a step forward. That group wasn't ready to become
like to be starters this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
It's not.
Crazy.
I don't think it's a hot take.
Yeah. I mean, just look at yeah, I mean, they're going to have to portal. Like the JUCO kid they brought in, I think is going to be able to compete for a starting spot. Jordan Knox from Northwest Mississippi. He started as a true freshman at Northwestern before redshirting.
Good time.
And then moving to JUCO. So, like, he's going to be able to, I think, compete for a spot at left guard. You got Farmer at right guard, but then, like, center, where you at with Wibberly. Abaselm was a guy you'd hope, like, could be a guy you're counting on to plug in. You know, where's Malachi Wood at tackle? But after that, Nick, it's just kind of like Darren Stry's there, potentially. But you're going to have to go out and spend money at this position. And there's a lot of talk about coordinators. Like, that O-line coach needs to get in here pretty quick, too.
Yep. No kidding. No kidding. Okay. Let's see. Oh, defensively, I would Mikey Humphrey Grace. That guy can play in any system. You want to keep him around. Tavian Gadsden, obviously.
Yep.
Like, pretty much the defensive line was outstanding.
Yeah, I think just off the bat, I would have Humphrey Grace, Gadsden, and Gerard Smith all back next year. Those are your starters up front.
I felt good about Greg Godfrey, the way he played down the stretch.
Yeah, and if you get Gadsden back, you're going to get Cowan back, who showed some stuff there at the end of the year. CJ Works is a guy you don't want to lose. I think he's got a lot of potential. I would want Godfrey. I think he can be a good linebacker. And then after that, with Cam Dooley and Ty Bryant, obviously,
yeah,
I think
they'll be back, I would assume. But you're going to need help.
That cornerback room. we'll
a
see.
mystery.
Like they've got guys that have played. It's kind of it was a disappointing year last year. But
Nichols has been hurt for half his career. He's
they've
got a
got
lot
10
of problems.
scholarship players in that cornerback room right now. I don't think all those 10 guys are going to be on the team on spring ball. So
Yeah.
like, there's probably going to be some two-way movement there, I would imagine. And I've mentioned it. Cornerback is a position they're just going to have to address. An offensive line they have to address. And I think wide receiver. There's some young wide receivers you like, but I think they could really benefit from going out and splurging and getting a dude at that position if they've got the funds in order.
I would also just like to add to all of the people who have been like, hey, Dante Dowdell was at Oregon. And Will Stein's here now. Surely he'll stay. He left Oregon.
Yeah, he's buried on the depth chart out there. Left Oregon for Nebraska.
Yeah, like he left. I mean, I don't know. So I don't know what that means for him, but I would just I think it's not. He left Oregon. I think that's the more. Not that he was at Oregon. Like no. Like they know what they got. He left. So, let's see. What do we have next up here? Oh, look it. You know what's going on this weekend at the Yum Center?
Monster trucks.
Nope. My guy Billy Strings is playing, and I don't have any tickets because I was like, man, it might be in the middle of the coaching search. Coaching search is over, though. So why the hell not splurge? Head over to Game Time, gametime.co on your computer, or download the app Game Time. It's the best place for last-minute deals on concerts, sporting events, and so much more. $150 can get me in a lower level to see Billy Strings. He plays for a long time. He can tear it up. That's at the KFC Yum Center. But you can get tickets to anywhere. World Cup is coming to North America next year. They got games in Atlanta, Kansas City, all over the place. And Game Time will hook you up for tickets there. Conference championship weekend. I always like splurging on tickets for Christmas gifts. So don't mess around. Go to Game Time. Use the promo code ON3 and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's promo code ON3 for $20 off your first purchase at Game Time. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. The best place to get your tickets is at Game Time. All fees included. All right? Don't mess around. Get on over to Game Time today.
And Nick, I want to point this out with the Sloan development.
Yep.
Assuming Burke, those wheels are still in motion, he's going to be on the Kentucky staff. Assuming that happens, he has spent all but 2 seasons of his coaching career coaching tight ends. He coached tight ends for 3 years at South Florida.
Yep.
He coached tight ends, let's see here, for a couple years at UTSA. So my assumption would be Sloan's coaching quarterbacks. Burke would come in, coach tight ends, probably get a co-OC role or passing game coordinator, something along those lines. So if you're looking for tight end search, I know CJ Conrad has come up some.
Yep.
I would say they have their tight ends coach, assuming the Burke thing that happens. And so you've got 2, I think, boxes there checked on offense. You've got the quarterbacks coach and you've got the tight ends coach.
Boom. There you have it. Astute observation, Mr. Luckett. How do we envision Stein mixing tempos from his time at Oregon, Mr. Luckett? You know what they say, Luckett? Gas.
I have a post on Twitter. It's clipped from the Oregon-Indiana game, and it's Brad Nessler saying, this is what Will Stein calls his gas tempo. Get your asses lined up. And it was just them going. They basically in Oregon games, there's about 1 to 2 series a game where they go like lightning fast.
Yeah.
And they scored. They got the tempo, created a coverage bust, and they hit a bomb for a touchdown against Indiana. And so he'll utilize that, but he also, Nick, like they'll go slow and they'll go medium tempo and they'll mix tempos within a game, and that's typically how he likes to operate. I'm gonna like. Once I get some time, I'm going to sit down and watch some of these games.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, you get to watch one next Saturday.
And I'll get to watch one next Saturday. And I'll write about all of this, kind of just how from my point of view, how he kind of goes about setting up, play calling, all of this stuff. But fun thing about Stein, I think potentially, is like you do feel like you're getting one of the best coordinators, play callers. Not that different from Cohen, but he is all college football. It's all he's ever been in, right? So he understands the nooks and crannies of play calling in college and the tricks and things you can pull off and what you can get away with and all of that. And so that's really exciting. You're going to see with him, we're going to see gadget plays. Like they got in Wildcat and ran like a double reverse on a 3rd and short against Indiana. You're going to see a lot of different things. They ran the old Dante Dowdell fullback offset dive for a conversion when I watched that this morning. So you're going to see little tricks that they're gonna utilize in, like, one of the criticisms with him, it's a little cute sometimes, but that goes with that when you're willing to just kind of get a little funky.
Peanut Butter Policy said that Joe Sloan looks like Liam Cohen, and I don't see it at all like it.
I didn't see it either when I looked at the picture. But
yeah, Joe Sloan looks like a guy that was in your fraternity. I mean, that he's got that look to him. There are a lot of questions about what expectations should be in varying degrees, particularly whether it's recruiting, wins or losses. And I did Cutler's show earlier, and he asked me to grade the hire. And the thing is you can't really grade it until you see the other hires. Right? Like, you can't set expectations until you know what he's supporting himself around. I think that, how do I know if Will Stein made a good hire if he can't hire a defensive coordinator? Right? And we get the antithesis of the Mark Stoops. I mean, so trying to set expectations in certain regards could be tough. I will say, though, at least from an in-state perspective, I mean, Braum was recruiting Kentucky when he was at Purdue because of his Kentucky connections. Stein has Kentucky